In today's video, I'm going to be challenging chess in Roblox. This game is called Chess Club by the Ordeus Chess Club, and as you might be able to tell, I'm a bit of a regular, and I play this game quite often. And from what I've seen, there's a lot of diversity in terms of skill level between the player base. Some people I've played are toddlers still forming their brains, and others are actually really good, as in 2000 plus ELO rated good. Now I myself am rated 1900 on chess.com, so I'm excited to see how I'll fare against the competition. Now, there's one big issue. As you can see, my ELO in this game is pretty high already, and based on my own experiences, I feel like a lot of people would try to avoid playing me. So as to capture the full experience of this game, I figured I'll be going undercover in a brand new account, and see what kind of players I play against, and how I'll do against them. And now, the chess club opens its doors to its newest member, Nathan Lamina 627. And as you can see from my wonderfully created character, everything that I have is all free items. There isn't a single Robux involved in the creation of this avatar. It's all free stuff, and the free hat that you get when you verify your account. So I'm just gonna look at the open challenges. I don't want to play a casual game. I want to be able to play a rated game. As you can see, all of my ratings are completely untouched at the default 1000 rating for each time control from bullet, blitz, and rapid. So I'm just gonna queue up some bullet and see what happens, and see who I play against. One of the things that I really appreciate about this game is its unique ranking system. It also works in terms of like ELO, but like if you look over here, they have their own ranks from novice all the way to GM with a bunch of cool titles in between. So I think that's a pretty cool way to kind of like categorize the players. Another thing that I really appreciate about this game is the fact that it's on Roblox. Like a lot of people, like they don't have like a lot of young people don't have like chess.com accounts, but like compare as opposed to how many have Roblox accounts. So I feel like this game could be a lot of people's first exposure to chess, and even if like 10% of those people go on to actually develop an interest in the game, I feel like that's a huge boon to the game as a whole, because you're bringing in a bunch of new players. And we're getting our first game here today. As you can see, there's the 2D board here, and if you want, you can also use like the 3D board to move. Personally, I prefer using the 2D board because it kind of reminds me of like chess.com and Lead Chess, which is basically the two main websites that I use to play chess. I don't really play chess over the board. Ooh, he lost his bishop. This guy is a 1000 rated unranked opponent, so I'm guessing it's his first game. I'm gonna pin the knight here, and he'll castle. I'll take. He takes back with a pawn though. That doubles, so I'm just gonna take it slow. Play principal chess. Develop my knight. He attacks my queen, so I'm gonna move over here, maintaining the pressure on the weak h2 pawn, just the two pawns in general. He offers a queen trade. I'll take the queen here because, you know, it's the principal thing to do on what material, so I might as well exchange just to simplify everything down. He pushes the pawn forward, but now he's pre-moving. He's losing the two pawns. I'll take this pawn with a tempo on the rook. He'll have to move the rook if he doesn't want to lose material. I think I could just move that. You know, I'll play here to trade. That trade opens up my rook and also allows me to fianchetto my bishop to a more active square. He goes there. I'll play here. Just to bring my bishop out into the game. He plays there, attacking my pawn, but that just drops the rook. If he takes back, I'll just push my pawn forward one square, and he can't take. I probably should have taken that knight with my bishop though before playing that little Zug. But you know, he'll move his knight here. This is actually a really tricky move to deal with. He's threatening the H or the A7 pawn, and it's hard for me to do it. And if I try to push it forward, he can check my king and then take on F7 to fork my two rooks. So I think I have to move my king here. He plays here. It's honestly getting a bit dicey here, but I should be able to do all right. I'll move my knight. I shouldn't have done that, but it's all right. I think I'll win on time anyways. I definitely played a bit inaccurately towards the end there. I let him get a little too much more than I should have left him. I'll just say good games. Yeah. That was honestly not that bad of a game. He definitely knew, my opponent definitely knew what they were doing, um, in terms of like how the pieces move and all that, and like noticing my attacks. Just a couple inaccuracies that I took advantage of. Oh, wow. Normally, whenever I play this game, a lot of people trash talk or say some mean stuff, or well, maybe not to me, but like I've seen it a lot in chat. But yeah, it's not often that you see a lot of positivity like that. Alright, so after a bit of waiting, um, we have our next game. And so it looks like we're gonna get a Vienna. Um, this line, I like playing this. It's definitely not the best move, but it's a bit devious, but I quite like it. He plays in a way. I'll kick the bishop. He goes there. Now I can't take that pawn because if I take it's actually checkmate. So I'll develop the knight first. He takes. Now I push to push that bishop away. I push again with the tempo on the queen. He goes there trying to defend the pawn. But after this, isn't the pawn? Ooh, he has that move, huh? I'll take. Whoa. I think I just blundered a bishop, but he didn't notice because he's playing a bit too fast. So thank goodness for that. Oh my goodness, I'm making some not so good mistakes. So he goes here. There's a couple of things I could do. I could try maybe knight g5, maybe some bishop f1 ideas. I think he can play here though, and then he can. What can he? Ooh, that's a tricky move. But I think I could just take no. And after take, sure my rook is pinned, but honestly, do I even mind that much? I'll just develop my queen and castle queenside, castle long. I'll take that pawn with a tempo on the queen. He has to move. Is a The queen's trapped. Oh my goodness, wait. The queen's not trapped. It could take on h2, but he doesn't see it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so my opponent's definitely playing way too fast. I can tell that he definitely knows how to play the game, but did I just miss that rook? Oh my goodness. This is not my best. I can just take. This is not my best performance. Ooh, now I forked the rook and checkmate. Actually, taking the rook is also checkmate. I'm not even sure how we can stop both of those threats. And yeah, that was a wild game. I could tell that my opponent definitely my opponent. Oh, he left. He definitely knew what he was doing, but I think he was just playing a bit too fast because I definitely made a lot of mistakes that he could have taken advantage of there. Um, which is it is what it is. It happens to everyone. Yeah. And on to our next game against Lightning. Five, lots of fives and a six. Also an unranked. I've played against a lot of unranked opponents today. We have a Sicilian today. This line, I've seen this line a couple times at my level, but I'm honestly not sure if it's like a real thing. Nor do I know what to play against it. So I usually just take and then play this bishop check, and then just he walks his king forward. I don't think that's definitely not the move. Um, I'll castle. I can bring my rook into the game with check. I can do a lot of. There's a lot of potential here. I'll just take the. Ooh, he pre-moves. That's a pre-move, I suppose. Here, this is a bit odd. I'll play here, attacking the rook, and I don't know if you can defend the rook. Like I have a lot of threat. Okay, so he takes that. I can take the rook. I think I'll do that because I'm also with a temple on the knight. So even if he takes my pawn, attack my bishop, I can take his knight. Furthermore, attacking his bishop. So I think this is the move. He moves his king back. I think I can just develop my knight with a threat to play rook d1 to pin the queen to the king and win the queen. Will he see it? Because his knight's also hanging, so it's tough. So he could probably save, maybe save both by playing. No. Ooh, he hangs queen two different ways for the queen and the knight. So I'll take this. He attacks my knight. I'll take his knight, and honestly, I think I just wait. Ooh, he should have played queen or knight e7 to protect the bishop. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This game was pretty interesting, and it's like the opening was pretty interesting. Although it went pretty off the rails, like, rather quickly. Um, yeah. I'm playing against 1010 Aiden C now. I'll pre-move that takes. That's a. Ooh, he left. Um. Okay. I don't even know what just happened there. I'll just queue another game. I'm rated 1203 already. Oh my goodness! I just played like what, like 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, man. Anyways, I'm playing against Skippity Man now. Um. This is gonna be a game. I'll play the Caro against the E4. It's my go-to opening against E4, and yeah, I'm excited to see what Skibbity Man plays. That's I think this is the move. I've never faced this alt. Whoa, that's definitely not the move. Um, yeah. Okay, so he develops in that. I'll develop my own knight, and all right. So this. All right. So I pre-move that. My suspicions are correct. I He's just moving the same. Oh, he's moving the same piece over and over again. Um, if you notice, it's just like he's just been moving one piece at a time. Like, yeah. I think this will be a pretty easy win. I'll bring in the knight, and he walks into the checkmate square. Yeah. That was an interesting game against Skibbity Man. GG. Um, yeah. I'll play another game. I'll probably end it off with some blitz now, because I feel like that would add, like, the bigger time gap would definitely add some more interesting stuff. So I won't keep winning via flag, because I've noticed that I've done that quite a lot this video. So hopefully this happens less and we get more of a game going. Um, a lot of people should be pretty interested because, you know, they see the unranked. At least that's from what I've seen happens. Now we just gotta wait. Alright, so after a bit of waiting, I'm playing against, I can't pronounce that as fast as that was. He plays D4. I think this is the first time I've played against D4 this video, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. I'll play C5, immediately challenging the center. He can push. If he takes, I have push, and I like to play this in a kind of like Queen's Gambit-esque, where here I'll develop my knight. I can win the pawn back at any time. If he tries to defend it with b4, I feel like that's a pretty big commitment towards like the position. He develops his bishop, which allows me to take. I have d5 on the way, and castles, and pin the knight and stuff. Those are my general basic ideas so far. He's probably gonna develop his bishop in what, castle? Oh, well, that's no fun. For my first game. Oh, I have immediately another Super Sunshine Ninja. All right. Place E4. I'll play the Caro again. And ooh, he plays this. Does he know the line? Does he what line is he gonna play? Is he gonna play the Knight G3 line? Is he gonna this line? Usually whenever I encounter that, I just take everything and I just play this into a queenless middle game. I'll develop the knight here, and I'll probably. Ooh, he drops a knight. I can castle with. Oh, he resigns. All right. I'll queue another blitz game because I kind of want to get like a good blitz game going. I'm playing against Lego Princess. Alright, I'm white, so I'll play e4, like I usually do. Alekines. I don't know if this person's like actually like a high level player playing the Alekine, or if they're like moving a knight out. And so usually I don't like going into any Alekine stuff. So I usually just try to go with my basic Vienna setup, e4, knight c3, and f4. Um, okay, so I'm bringing my knights. I think this is just better for me because she's not properly taking the center. Um, okay, that's definitely not the move. That queen is way too passive. So I'll take the whole center. I'll probably even push e5, develop my bishop to d3, and play along that light squared diagonal. I don't know about that move. So I'll hit the knight. If the knight moves to some place like d5, I take. Ooh. Okay, so I'll take the knight. That's attacking the queen, so she'll take. I'll pin the knight so that it alleviates a bit of the pressure off of d4. And I'll probably castle in a bit. That I'll castle. I'll follow along with my plan. Just stay principled and yeah. Hopefully, maybe I have even ideas like pushing d5 to put pressure on the pin piece. And yeah, uh, that's a free queen. Um, yeah. So this okay, I'll push, because that either opens the position or I win the knight. So, yeah, she takes, so I'll give the rook check. You can block with the bishop, you can sidestep with the king. Blocking is probably the best. You can't block with the knight because it's pinned. So if bishop takes, honestly, I might have some wild tactics. Moves the king, alright. I can take that pawn. I probably could have even played a move like knight e5 check. Playing on some pins and stuff. Playing on all of the pins. Everything's pinned. So, I wonder what the opponent will play. I haven't really spent much time at all. I'm still at 3 minutes, basically. All of my pieces are fantastically positioned. I need to find a way to bring my A-Rook into the game. First of all, I could take that rook, but I'll take that rook first. Because I feel like, just to remove, because there's always some possibilities of, even if I take that pawn, maybe there's some lines where the rook slides over and just blocks. So I might as well just chop that out of the way. Because the dark squared bishop really wasn't doing much. It was just staring at a pawn that was defended like a bajillion times. So black probably should take. Oh, speaking of Levy Rosman, someone mentioned Levy Rosman in the chat. The GOAT Gotham chess. Honestly, I'll do it. I'll sacrifice the rook. Wow. So that just chops off a big defending piece from the position. After king takes, which it kind of has to, no? After king takes, I can bring my other rook over. This is kind of like similar to the opera game from Paul Morphy, where he just sacrificed the rook to bring the other rook. And I think I have ladder here now. Yeah, I have ladder. I have bishop mate. There's a lot of checkmates on the board. I'll play the bishop checkmate because I quite like the idea of the Bowden's mate. I think he's gonna flag and not let me play it out. Well, that's alright. Yeah, that was a game. Yeah, GG's. I'll have to end the video here because the storage space is kind of getting a little bit low. If you want to see more, if you really like the content, maybe I'll make a sequel. Maybe I'll even go to the high elo lobbies according to this thing here. I've never even went there before, so that might be pretty interesting. Anyways, I hope you guys like the video. If you like it, please hit the like button and subscribe. This video is very different from the content that I usually do, so I'd really appreciate the support. Anyways, toodaloo!